Hey, what is up guys, it is Saintsfan and welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Today I wanted to talk about the top best looking cars in GTA 5. And I have a top 15 list, and I will say before we get into it, this is my opinion. I know everyone's opinion is different, and I want to hear your guys' list in the comments. You might not want to do 15, but maybe top 5 or something. I want to know what car everyone thinks looks the best. Since there are so many vehicles in this game, I thought I would throw in some of my runner-ups, and I would choose this one right here, the Enos Windsor. This car may not have the best performance and all that and customization, but it definitely does look really nice. And then also kind of a similar car, the Cognoscenti. I like the long version just because of the interior. The interior, like the back seat, it looks super cool. And if you're riding, or if you're using this car, you're definitely riding in style. The other two cars, which I'm not going to spawn in just because you guys already know what they look like, the Sultan RS and the Slam Van Custom. I didn't want to include those in the top 5 list just because I feel like since they do have so much customization, I felt it was a little unfair, but I thought I would throw them as like a runner-up. Anyway, getting into the actual list. Now, this is in no particular order. I'm just going to go by category. I figured that'd be the easiest way to do this. We'll start with supercars. And yes, most of these are really good looking, but if I had to pick two, for me personally, the Zentorno would be up there. I know this car may not be, or may not appeal to a lot of people, but just like the curves, the lines you can see, like they put a lot of, Rockstar did put a lot of detail and work into this car. I love the back. The back is probably my favorite part out of any car, I would say. Like I love the way the secondary color looks on it, plus even the back like bumper or spoiler or grill, Jesus. Also the front looks nice. Overall, it's just a beautiful car. And then if I had to pick another one, it'd be the Turismo. This car sucks driving if you have the suspension all the way down. Even if you don't, it kind of sucks because you hit every single bump. But this car still is probably my favorite supercar in terms of looks. I mean, it's not as crazy as the Zentorno back there. It's a little bit more simple. It's a lot smoother, not as many edges, I guess you could say. And I think the T20 does look a little similar to this one, but this was the first one, and overall, it is my favorite. Getting into sports cars. Now, this is where it's going to get a little interesting. So, there's actually quite a few, and actually, I'm going to start with the Albany Alpha here. This one may shock some people, because this is a car many people forgot. I don't even remember what DLC it came out in, just because like whenever it did come out, it was so bad that it was pretty much useless in online. Like not many people, I bet, have this in their garage, but it definitely looks really nice. It's kind of similar to the Windsor, like it's got a similar look, but I think this one ultimately looks a little bit better. It's a little bit, I guess, shorter. Like the Windsor is a little bit taller, and I think this one's a little bit longer too. But this one, in my opinion, is one of the best looking cars in the sports class. Getting into an actual practical sports car, the Coquette, man. This car is so damn beautiful. I really wish we get a Benny's treatment to this one day. Just check this out. This one is obviously the convertible, but even without, or even with the top, it just looks so nice. I love the hood. The hood is probably my favorite part about this car. But even like the sides and even the back, if I had to pick one car out of all the sports cars to like have just solely based on looks, this would definitely be it. Although the Massacro here, this one comes in at a close second. Just the simplicity of this car, that's why I really like it. And I guess having it be one of the fastest sports cars also helps out with that, but this car just looks super nice. It's kind of like the Turismo a little bit in terms of how it's nice and smooth. There's not as many edges as like the Coquette. And I can't remember, but I don't think you can actually put a secondary on. Or if you can, you don't really see much of that secondary color. So that's why I just like to pick a nice simple paint job for this nice and simple car. And then sort of an underdog that I feel like isn't talked about as much, we have the Verlier. Now this one may be a hit or miss, but I really like this car, despite the fact that it sucks again in performance. Like a lot of these, you're going to find out, or you're going to see, they're not great in performance, and in online, it might not be a good idea to purchase these, but at least in terms of looks, these are the ones I like. And this one, it kind of reminds me of a Comet a little bit. It's got a similar shape. I love the rims there, it looks really nice. But one of the main reasons I love this car is the way it shows off paint jobs. Like, I don't know how that effect works, but whatever Rockstar did, it shows off paint jobs. Why is my phone doing that? It shows off paint jobs really well. And if I had to actually list these 1 to 4, I would say the Coquette is 1, Masacro 2, this one is 3, and then the Alpha is 4. Now, these next two I think are considered sports cars, but I'm not going to include them in the sports category just because these are 4-door cars. I'm going to include them in the sedan category. But we have the Buffalo S. This one, like I said, the Sultan is up there, but this one was the first 4-door car that I ever fell in love with in GTA 5. Plus, I think it's the most badass looking one. If you guys ever remember way back in the day, you had to mod this car in to GTA Online to actually acquire it. I had one of those and I made it all matte black with a red tire smoke, and we got a bunch of people in my crew to join a lobby and all have that same car. And when we spun the tires and got that red tire smoke going with the matte black, it just looks so intimidating. And that's why I feel like this one is one of the best looking 4-door cars in the game. And then on top of that, you do have all the customization. Plus, you know, for what it isn't that bad performance-wise. So that's another plus to it. But another one that I feel like is often left out is the Felon. For whatever reason, this one is considered a coupe, or in the coupe category, but it is a 4-door car. And this one is a really nice looking one. Again, it's kind of similar to the Masacro and to the Turismo in that it doesn't have as many edges. It's just nice and smooth looking. I know I keep saying that. It probably sounds weird at this point, but whatever. We're gonna keep going. It is a really nice looking car. It's nice and simple. The rims look really nice, which you kind of forget about because you always change the rims, but some of the cars, their stock rims actually look really nice. And to me, I think after Franklin's Buffalo, this is one of the best looking 4-door cars. Now, sports classics, there are so many beautiful cars to choose in this category, and I had to pick 3 here. Obviously, you might have different opinions, but the first one we're going to show is the Sterling GT. This one is obviously the best sports classic car in terms of speed, and it just looks so damn beautiful, man. Nice and simple. You got some pretty nice curves there on the hood. Even on the roof, you got some extra detail. I love the side, too, with the door that pops up, and then you even got the exhaust coming out of the side. This is a really well-made car, and I think out of all of the sports classics, this is my number 1. Another one that is really amazing looking is the Monroe. This one is different from all of the other sports classics. It's just got a different look. This one has more of a sports car vibe, where the other ones I feel just have a classic vibe. I think this one is based off of an old school Lamborghini. I'm not like the biggest car guy, so I don't really know what exactly one it's based off of, but it's super nice looking. And plus, you know, it is pretty competitive in the sports classics class, so it's not like you're gonna be wasting all of your money if you do go out and purchase this car. Coming in at 3 and 4, although I would say they're both tied at 3 just because I honestly could not pick one. But the first one we have is the Casco. This one is such a nice looking car. I love the details. Obviously, they are on the side, even on the back here. It just looks super nice. It's definitely one of the best looking sports classics. I love the hood there. But then the one that I feel, for whatever reason, is in the sports category is the Mamba. This one came out recently, and it kind of has a similar look to the Casco there, but this one is so damn cool. You can see the exhaust there. It looks super nice. The level of detail that Rockstar put into this car, you can tell is definitely really high. You can change the windshield, which is pretty cool. I love the little bar there on the back. And like I said, between this one and the Casco there, I couldn't choose between like 3 and 4. So I would just say both of those are behind those two right there. And to sort of round out our list, we have some muscle cars here. So the Buccaneer is by far one of my favorites from this category. It just looks amazing. It sounds amazing. I love the front here. That's probably my favorite feature about this car. Also, the way it kind of tilts, you can see the back there is a little bit higher than the front. Some people might choose the new Sabre Turbo Custom over this car, and I could definitely see why, especially with all the customization it adds. But this one was one of my favorites from the beginning. I had a Buccaneer in my garage for the longest until I had to sell it, unfortunately, for the brand new Sabre Turbo. But still, man, this one is definitely up there. And then another one that you cannot forget, the Dukes. I absolutely love the secondary color placement on this car, and that's why I think ultimately it's one of my favorite muscle cars, just because you can see it's chrome right now, but it's the trim around the wheels, the trim around, I think it even goes around the top there, obviously the bumpers, and even on the hood. You can make some amazing color combinations with that, and it looks super nice. Plus, I guess the fact that it can also become the Duke of Death, at least in story mode. Come on, that is amazing looking. Too bad we don't have this in online. I don't know why they don't include it, because we have the Armored Kuruma, so why can't we have this? And then finally the last one, number 15, I guess, if we had to put a number on it. This is one that I feel like many people wouldn't include in their top best looking cars for GTA, but we have the Huntley S. This one is in the SUV class, as you can see, and when this car came out, I think with the heists, if I remember correctly, it made me absolutely love it. Like, it's fast, which is great, because SUVs, well, at least in GTA Online, SUVs aren't really that great for escaping people and all that, but this one, it's got some really great handling. It's fast, so you can get away from people. Plus, it looks amazing. Like, it looks like a sport version of an SUV, and that's why I really do like it. It's got some nice detail here in the back with the indentions there. Even the front of the car looks really nice. I love the grille there. And I figured with this video, instead of always talking about super or sports cars, I would show the SUV class some love. So that's what I'm doing with this pick. That is it with the video, though. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your list in the comment section. Like I said, it doesn't need to be 15, but if you want to show me or tell me your top 5, or even just pick one car. I just want to know what everybody else thinks the best looking car in GTA is. See you guys in the next one. Drop a like if you did enjoy. That'd be much appreciated. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, see you guys in the next one. I'm out. I can't even drive off a cliff. Peace.